In this lecture, we would like to discuss about Thomas Hobbes, the greatest and the most famous English political philosopher. Hobbes is not only a great political philosopher but a literary genius, as because during his stay in France in 1651, he wrote his greatest book, the Leviathan, though it brought immense fame to Hobbes. At the royalists were displeased with the book. Under these circumstances, Hobbes had to leave secret to England as a literary genius. During his age of 85, he translated Homer's Iliad and Odyssey into English, which astonished the world of letters. And at the age of 92, after a brief illness, he left for his heavenly abode. So, in his very contribution into political philosophy, we would like to discuss Hobbes' social contract. According to Hobbes, two rules are the prerequisites of peace, and that is that every man ought to endeavor peace as far as he has hope for obtaining it, and that man must contend with so much liberty against other men, he would allow other men against himself. The power of reason is too weak to control the selfish tendencies of man's nature, and therefore there must be some other power so strong as to enforce the dictates of reason and punish the defaulters. Hobbes says that such a power may be found in the state or commonwealth. So, according to in his own words, the only way to erect such a common power as may be able to defend them from invasion of foreigners and the injuries of one another is to confer all their power and strength upon one man or upon one assembly of men, that may reduce all their wills into one will. So, when men agree amongst themselves to submit to some man or assembly of men voluntarily, on confidence to be protected by him against all other, it is called a political commonwealth or commonwealth by institutions. So in the Leviathan of rights, the only way to erect such a common power is to confer all their power and strength upon one man or upon one assembly of men, that they may reduce all their wills by plurality of voices and to one will, which is as much as to say to appoint one man or an assembly of men to bear their portion, whatsoever he, and everyone to own and acknowledge himself to the author of whatsoever he that so with their portion shall act or cast to be, and therein to submit their wills every one through his will, and their judgments to his judgment. This is more than consent or concord. It is a unity of them all is one and the same person, made by covenant of every man with every man in such manner, as if every man should say to every man, I authorize and give up my right of governing myself to this man or to this assembly of men on this condition, that do give up thy right to him and authorize all his actions in like manner. Thus done, the multitude so united in one person is called a commonwealth, and which in Latin could be called as civitas. So Professor George Sabine, in his major work, The History of Modern Political Theory, explains that since the right resigned in merely the use of natural strength and covenants without the soul, or but words, this is contract only in a manner of speaking. Properly, it is a logical fiction to offset the antisocial fiction of his philosophy. Undoubtedly, it helped Hobbes to impart the notion of moral obligation into social relations, and this added a good deal of possibility to his argument. Thus, according to Hobbes, each man surrenders all his rights to a single man or assembly of men of his own accord. The social contract of Hobbes is made between subjects and subjects. The sovereign is not a party to the contract, he is the creation of that contract. The sovereign so created was supreme, and the powers assigned to him could not be taken away from him. Nobody had any right to revolt against him. So, as we found, Hobbes' social contract is a contract between the subjects and subjects, and the sovereign created out of that social contract is not a party to that contract. So, even if he would enjoy supreme powers which are assigned to him by the social contract, which rest between the subjects and subjects, it would provide supreme powers to the sovereign created out of that social contract. But Hobbes denied the right to revolt against that sovereign by those subjects who created that sovereign out of that social contract. So, this is all about Hobbes' social contract as we found in his major political philosophical work, the Leviathan, which created a sensation in 17th century not only in England but in the entire political philosophy of Europe and in our next lecture we would like to discuss about the theory of sovereignty of